Cush,
Yeah.
do you have a favourite Shakespearean film adaptation?
Oof. I think it's going to be Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, that's a very good one.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was very young, very influential.
Did they make a film of your Hamlet?
They recorded it at the Young Vic.
That's my favourite.
Correct answer, David. David, what's the first Shakespeare play that you watched on stage?
The first Shakespeare play that I watched on stage was As You Like It, a theatre around Glasgow. They came to my school, and it was in the Assembly Hall.
Very important when theatre comes into schools. Mine was, I think it was Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was a school trip.
There you go.
That was a school trip.
Where to?
The National.
Very good.
I think it was, yeah.
Do you remember who was in it?
I don't remember who was in it. I was only 8 or 9.
Right.
I don't think I even really recognised it was Shakespeare, but I did think, they're all talking a bit weird.
Right.
But I loved it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Solo trips to the cinema. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a 6-year-old. I want some time in the dark by myself.
But will you just fall asleep?
No, I love it. I get completely immersed.
Okay.
I do always wonder if people think, is it weird that I'm at the cinema by myself?
Yeah.
What about you?
I used to go a lot when I was young, free and single. I used to go to the cinema a lot on my own.
What?
Do it.
To meet people?
No, in the No, not out of desperation. Out of choice. I'd go in the afternoons and sort of see all sorts. Just around the corner, there's a cinema just up the corner from where we're sitting right now. That'll mean a lot to you if you're watching this in Cleveland. And that's where I used to go, Panton Street, Odeon.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's a cosy one.
But a couple of years ago, my wife had taken all the kids to see the last Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been able to go. And she said, you're going to love it so much. I'm going to let you have a date by yourself. And she sent me to the cinema on my own in the afternoon. That's how good my wife is.
That's a nice wife.
Isn't it?
She just didn't want to see you for a couple of hours.
She is what, rid of me.
Yeah.
Great film, though.
Very good. Do you have, David, a favourite Shakespeare character?
Well, right now it's probably Macbeth. I'm quite fickle. I sort of, yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah. I do tend to like the one I'm most closely associated with at the time. Although Hamlet's hard to beat.
It is hard to beat, and it's hard not to like him because you have so much empathy for him.
And you sort of explore every corner of his brain, yeah.
I like Macbeth the most now I've played him, Lady Macbeth.
Right, yeah.
I think you're the most likeable I've seen.
Thanks, Cush.
Yeah, haven't liked the others very much. All Macbeths. Terrible. You're next.
Am I?
Yeah.
Popcorn or chocolate at the cinema?
It's popcorn.
Is it?
Hear me out.
Okay.
I feel it is crunchy and can annoy people. However, I don't like the idea that you don't know where the chocolate's melting on your fingers in the cinema because it's dark. I know where I'm at with popcorn. I pick it up, I eat it. It's gone. Out of my hands. Gone. Chocolate's an issue. You don't know where it's going to end up, but it's quiet.
Can I suggest you take the popcorn, you wrap it in chocolate? Best of both worlds.
Guess what, David? There's something called chocolate-covered popcorn. They actually sell it.
It's a great idea.
At the cinema.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Very good. Your turn.
Is there a Shakespeare character you identify with, David?
I don't think so particularly. Is there one you identify with? That's a hard question to answer.
I think when I was younger, I identified quite a lot with Rosalind.
Oh, okay.
Because I did understand, particularly in my teens, this feeling of being two different people at the same time, wanting to be two different versions of herself, particularly like a real girly girl, and then a bit more of a boy.
Yeah.
And I got that, I understood that.
Shakespeare was your therapy.
Shakespeare was my therapy, but yeah, the murderers and psychopaths and people like that, not generally, no.
I mean, I often think I'd be a very obvious Andrew Ague cheek, but that's not a very sexy thing to admit, is it?
I agree.
People who clap at the end of a film, ... Have you ever done it? It's slightly accusatory tone to this question, if I'm absolutely honest.
I feel judged.
I feel very judged.
I remember going to being taken to see the original Lion King with all my brothers and sisters and my mum and dad, and we all clapped at the end.
Did you?
I think that was our first group trip to the cinema, and I had never seen anything so big and wonderful, and I think everyone clapped because they were just thrilled with it.
Yeah.
I do feel that people should clap when they come to see us in this.
Yeah, because it's sort of a hybrid of cinema
Yes.
and theatre.
Yes, and even though we won't be there, we will be feeling it.
Feel free to clap.
Yes.
We're down with that.
Across the sea.
How about when a plane lands? And sometimes people clap then, don't they? Which I always think's a little bit throwing shade on the pilot. A little bit of thank goodness.
It's a bit like, did the basics.
Yeah.
Took off and landed.
Not quite the same.
Yeah, it'd be a bit like being clapped for going to the toilet or something, wouldn't it?
I would like that. I would appreciate that. I would encourage anyone who encounters me in such a mode.
Won't happen. That's not going to happen. How? David.
Yes.
Oh.
Have you done that one?
Done that one.
Are we done?
Done that one.
Have we done them all?
I've gone through them all. Oh, David, any tips for someone studying Shakespeare for the first time?
Watch it. Rather, I mean, obviously there's a lot to be got from reading the text, but I think you should see a good production of it, and you have to see a good production of it.
Yeah.
A bad production of Shakespeare can put you off.
Yes. Or at like the very least, get up with your friends and do some of it.
Yeah.
Rather than silently reading it in your head.
Yeah, or doing that thing that where in an English class, everyone stands up and reads the next speech along in a sort of terrible, well, in my case, a sort of terrible Paisley drone.
Yes.
Without a great deal of understanding. I think you've got to sort of get inside it to make it fly.
Yeah, start battling each other,
Yeah.
throwing things across the classroom. I think that's the way to do it.
Yes, but see a good production. Luckily, there's one coming to cinemas from February the 5th.
Gosh, yes. See that.